Welcome, everyone. Thanks for being here today. This is a pretty exciting day for us to be able to bring the Get In Line Online system to the Mahoning Valley. I want to thank Senator Ruley, Representative Manning, Representative Blair, Representative Ginter for being here. We wouldn't be here without them because they gave us the authority and the funding to deliver this. So thank you for your leadership to do that for your constituents. Let me just start by saying that Get In Line Online pilot project has been a huge success in the 13 locations that we started. Governor DeWine and I unveiled this in early June and said, look, we want to do a pilot project with this and see if it works. And I was a customer myself. I actually went online and got myself checked in, got my text, gave me my code number. I went in, checked in the kiosk, and I was in and out without ever having to stand in line. And that was it works great. What we're announcing is that we're going to continue the pilot is now going statewide, and this is our first stop with the Get In Line Online. In all locations in Columbiana, Mahoning, and Trumbull counties, you will be able to get online and use the system. Well, you can do it now. It's active. And you can literally, if I have my phone with me, you can pull it out and check in right now. Looks just like that. And you can check in, check the location you want to go, and it's already active. This is the Innovate Ohio team, which I run. Our mission is to use technology to improve customer service, and this is a great example of how we want to do that. The system provides accountability, which we all want to see out of government. In government, that's incredibly important, and I know at your local BMV office, I often joke with people, how much do all of you enjoy your experience at the BMV? Well, you may not enjoy it, but it's going to be a shorter experience, that's for sure, thanks to this. And the folks here went through the training and they're prepared, and it should be a wonderful experience for everyone. This system also provides Charlie, I'll let Charlie Norman go into this. I'll introduce Charlie in a second, but Charlie is the registrar for the state of Ohio. His team, Director Strickrath, and the folks at Public Safety really were wonderful in helping coordinate with the Innovate Ohio team on the technology side and to deliver this. And I'm going to introduce Charlie and give him a chance to talk about this soon. But I'm really thrilled with the job that Charlie has done. I want to also thank our host today, Deputy Registrar Robin Campbell. There you are. Hi, Robin. Thank you for hosting us today. How's it working out so far?
It's going fine.
That's right. First day, no glitches. That's great, and that's fantastic. Look, this is. We also have Dave Lasky, who's here. Dave's part of the pilot project in Bedford. We were talking about him the other day in Cleveland because it's going so well there. I mean, it's just amazing. He's one of our all-stars, deputy registrars in the state. Now, I'm going to get to the bottom line with this because it's customer service and making things easier for people. But just so far, we started this in June. Why does it matter? It matters because it's saving people time. So far, with the people who've used it, they've saved on average 15 minutes for every experience at the BMV. That's 6,000 hours saved. 6,000 hours saved. Now, at the current adoption rate, which we think is going to be much better than it is, at the current adoption rate, if you extrapolated that across the entire state of Ohio, once this is done, it will save a minimum of 150,000 hours a year for people. And put that in real term, in years terms, that's 16.6 years of your life that you won't be standing in line at the BMV. And that's just at the current adoption rate. And we think once people know about it, which you're going to help us do, that the demand for this will increase. I know also that we've got it at 13 locations. We have 11 more. We're going to try to get this done throughout the state by June of 2020. It's just amazing the feedback that we've had from people who've gone through the process and how they've used it. It's such a great tool. Charlie will probably be able to talk a little more about this, but they've been using it to help the BMVs, because when they did it, all 13 of them, I hate to say, weren't as good as the best one. There were some of them who were really falling behind, and they used the experience, the real-time experience that they can learn about how this is happening to improve the customer service and the wait times in every BMV in the state. So I appreciate the legislators' support, appreciate our hosts today, and at this point, let me introduce Charlie Norman, the state's registrar, who he and his team were such great partners with Innovate Ohio in getting this done, and whose team is helping to make sure that this gets rolled out properly, that people get trained, and that Ohio will have a new level of customer service at one of the locations, one of the things that almost everybody is affected by, their trip to the BMV. Charlie?
Good afternoon. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Houston. My name's Charlie Norman. I'm Ohio's Registrar of Motor Vehicles. We're excited to have the Lieutenant Governor here with us today to announce this expansion of this innovative new technology. I'd also like to thank Deputy Registrar Rhonda Campbell for partnering with us to provide this service. We really appreciate it. The BMV is committed to providing the best customer service possible to Ohioans in every corner of the state. And we've been tasked by the DeWine administration with thinking outside the box to improve our service delivery and pursue creative approaches to providing our customers with options that fit their busy lifestyles. The Get In Line Online virtual queuing system is just one example of the projects we're working on with the support of Innovate Ohio to better meet our customers' needs. After we know now more than ever, time's a valuable commodity, and we're eager to be able to offer a tool that allows people to spend it not waiting in line, but doing things that are important to them. And we think there's real value in providing people with options that give them more control over how they interact with the BMV. As Lieutenant Governor Houston mentioned, customers can go onto our website bmv.ohio.gov, and follow the prompts for Get In Line Online. They'll be able to see the agencies closest to them on a map and view live wait times so they can make an informed decision about which location to visit. After choosing a service type and entering their contact information, they've effectively reserved their spot in the queue. So at that point, they have a 4-hour window to arrive at their chosen deputy registrar location. In the meantime, they're free to grab a cup of coffee, take the kids to school, maybe go into the office, get a little work done, all while they're advancing through the queue at the BMV as if they were physically here in line. Upon arriving and checking in at the kiosks, that lets the staff know they're here and you're ready to claim your spot in line. It really is that easy and convenient. It allows us to view live data from a statewide perspective, and we're also able to drill down to each deputy registrar office, each individual clerk, and indeed each separate transaction. So we're going to use that data to improve our own processes and as a key piece of our evaluative tools as we measure and assess service delivery. Furthermore, deputy registrars can use it as a management tool to refine their workflow and become more nimble and efficient. I can tell you just from the pilot project, that's already driving results. Get In Line Online is really a very important first step in what's going to be a continuous effort to improve our customers' experience. So thank you again, Lieutenant Governor Houston, for your continued support of this project. I'd like to turn it over to Deputy Registrar Dave Lasky, who helped us pilot Get In Line Online in his Bedford agency. Dave's one of our deputy registrars who has really taken this model and run with it. And he's going to tell us a bit about how this has positively impacted his agency and his customers. Dave?
So again, my name is David Lasky. I'm a deputy registrar for the BMV, and I've been working in this industry for 25 years. And I got to tell you, I never thought this would be part of giving a speech or working in my daily life, but here it is. It's all around us. It's what the general public uses now. So with that being said, I was asked to share my experiences of what QFlow has impacted my agency, working on the other side of the counter as these individuals are. I've spent 25 years of my career dealing with a Hollywood joke. You work at the BMV. Oh my gosh, that's where I get my Halloween costume ideas from as people slowly grow old. And my response usually is, well, where do you go to the BMV? They say, oh, I go to this office over here because they do such a good job to get me in and out. So my response is, so it wasn't a Hollywood joke for you, right? So this technology is making that joke less relevant and making it a paradigm shift that is actually bringing what the public expects. So one of the things that I've found with my customer base is this is how they find us. If they are traveling, that's their day off, they need to do some government services that we provide, this is the first place they're going to go to find us. What the Get In Line app does is it gives you all the locations closest to you, where you are. It doesn't have to be where you live. It could be where you're out doing business. You could be traveling. If you're a soccer mom or a hockey dad, you could be on the other side of the state. And if you go, oh my gosh, I forgot to do my driver's license, it'll tell you where the closest agency is, give you directions there, tell you how long you can expect to be there. It also provides additional information as we're looking at the different technology that we're facing with the federally compliant license. As we use this technology to find us, it's also telling the customer what they need. It's giving them additional information to prevent delays when they interact with us. So that's also valuable technology that we didn't have before. We had to be reliant on they come, maybe they were misinformed, didn't have the right information, we're turning them around. So this is the first opportunity we have to get the answers to the customer before they arrive. Where we are, what do they need? It also allows my customer to have a good idea of what is the busiest time of the day for us. We all kind of can suspect what they are, but this will let you know, like, oh, maybe they were wrong. I can sneak in there for lunchtime and I can be out of there in 5 minutes, right? So I think another valuable part of this technology. Now, from my end as a manager, as I'm trying to provide my staff with the best resources to interact with this technology, there are so many tools within this technology. It allows me to focus my staff members' skill set to match what the customer needs. What I mean by that is if somebody needs a federally compliant driver's license, as you can imagine, that's a complicated transaction. The guidelines we need to follow, there's more documents need to bring. What this technology allows me to do is funnel transactions to my most experienced, the most expert clerks that can provide that, thus reduce wait time. I then can allow clerks that maybe have learned the easier transactions, I can funnel transactions to them, they can get the customer in and out, and they're not being backed up by the technology of a complicated transaction. So I have found it to be an incredible tool. I thank the governor and the lieutenant governor for championing this technology. I want to thank the registrar for rolling it out, the administration for putting the elbow grease to get them into these agencies, the legislators, thank you for your support for getting it to the governor's office. And lastly, District 1 leadership are the people that I use to interact with all the rest of our partners. I thank them for supporting DRs and what we do for a living. So thank you for your time.
Well, great. Hopefully, if you have a few takeaways from today, is that what we're focused at in this administration is customer service and how we can use technology to improve the way we serve people. This rollout today at this facility and in these 3 counties is an example of how we can do that. We want to save people time. We want to save people money. We want to create conveniences. We want them to enjoy their experience interacting with the BMV, their deputy registrar, and state government, because we feel that has a collective value in that if you enjoy your experience in Ohio, you'll tell others, you'll save time. And time is so valuable. Time that you can be spending with your family, time that you can be spending on other productive things in your life rather than waiting to comply with government rules at the expense of your time and your money. And we're really excited to be able to kick this off today, and we are happy to take any questions.
So it's going to be, there's 11 that can register officers
In the 3 counties, 11.
And in addition, so these will be the first ones in addition to the 13 that were kicked
Yeah,
off in June?
had the 13 pilot that kicked off in June. We rolled those out. We learned from them, and then this is our first. This is the first announcement of the statewide permanent rollout for these. So we have the 13 operating, the addition of 11 more, and we'll be also unveiling some in other parts of the state next week. And we expect it all to be done statewide by June of next year. The overall cost for the project is going to be around $1 million.
So in a nutshell, this is just basically taking the place of picking the number and waiting your turn. You're just doing that online now?
Well, it's a little more complicated than that. I mean, actually delivering this with the technology is and training people is not easy. I don't know, Charlie, if you want to dig into that deeper, but look, it's using technology to order things, to make order out of things, to help you make choices. I mean, there are a lot of places, particularly in your more densely populated areas, where you may be in near 3-4 different locations. You can take your pick. You can decide to go to the one down by the office versus the one at home versus the one near your factory or wherever it is, because you have the information now to make those decisions. And then you just check in. They send you your confirmation number. You walk in, and you're ready to go. Rather than having to maybe have chosen the wrong time to go, sit in one of these chairs for 45 minutes, and then find out that you didn't even have the documents that you needed to do the work that you need to do. It just is a robust tool to give you all of that information, to help you make order out of it, to make the people behind the counter more efficient, to make the people on the outside of the counter more efficient, and improve the whole customer service experience for everyone. Charlie, you want to add anything to that?
You said it all.
Okay.
Why was the $1 chosen?
We just, I think it's the right size of the rollout, and we had some people that were ready to go.
Right, and part of the implementation is training staff. So at our 184 deputy registrar offices across the state, we have anywhere between 16 and 1,700 staff members that we have to train to use the back-end system. So this is a good sort of medium-sized market we were able to get in and get in fast. I think we wanted to get this.
We want to get it rolled out, and we don't have the staff to be everywhere, so you got to take it in bits and pieces. And this was the right size market to start in. Never hurts to be first, though, does it? No. Particularly once we've worked the glitches out with everybody else, right? You first to get it done.
What are your thoughts on the proposal in legislature on 8 3 people even less should be?
I don't know that as an administration that we have taken a position on it, as long as it's, I mean, we will certainly want to make sure that it's compliant with all the federal rules, and that law enforcement has the accountability in that. But I don't think we've taken a position one way or another out of it. And there's nothing about it that as it stands right now, I think it's problematic. I don't know if Charlie.
No,
Yeah.
and we've been in pretty consistent contact with the legislature about that bill and what it means for both for customers and for the system. So tracking it closely.
Yeah, and remember, by October of next year,
October 1st, 2020.
we have to have the federally compliant driver's license if you want to use it to fly. And so this will be one of those tools that will probably be very useful to have in place by June of next year, as everybody might be rushing to their local BMV to get a compliant driver's license. So this is also a little planning ahead that we hope will sort out the rush that could happen at that point. Great. Thank you very much for being here today.